don't need confidence to change your life. That idea sounds logical, but it is backwards. Most people believe confidence comes first. They believe one day they will wake up feeling ready to speak, ready to try, ready to become someone different. So they wait for a feeling, and their life stays the same. Confidence is not the beginning of action. It is the echo of it. Somewhere in your life right now, there is something you want to do, a message you want to send, a decision you want to make, a skill you want to learn, a path you want to explore, a version of yourself you imagine becoming. And the reason you have not moved is simple. You are waiting to feel prepared. But readiness is not a feeling that arrives before movement. It is a feeling that appears after survival. Most people treat confidence like fuel. They think it must come before motion, bravery before movement, certainty before trying, motivation before starting. So they wait, they scroll, they save advice, they make plans in their head, they rehearse conversations they never have, they promise themselves tomorrow, they imagine what could go wrong, they imagine embarrassment, they imagine rejection, they imagine regret, and the longer they delay, the heavier the action becomes. What began as a simple step turns into a judgment of their worth. I will start when I feel confident. What they really mean is, I will start when fear disappears. But fear does not disappear. It only changes shape. The first time, it looks like doubt. The second time, it looks like hesitation. The 10th time, it looks like resistance. And eventually, it looks like habit. There is a quiet moment many people recognize. You are alone. The room is dark. Your phone is still in your hand. And a question enters your mind. Why am I still here? Not angry, not dramatic, just tired. Tired of wanting more and doing nothing about it. That is not a confidence problem. That is an action problem. Think about anything you are confident at today. Driving, talking to strangers, using technology, walking into a store without thinking. There was a time when all of that felt uncomfortable. You did not wake up confident at it. Your nervous system learned it. It learned, I can do this and survive. I can do this and I am not rejected. I can do this and nothing terrible happens. Confidence is not personality. It is memory, a memory of survival. Biologically, confidence is just your brain lowering the threat level. Before, this is dangerous. After repetition, this is familiar. That change does not happen through thinking. It happens through exposure. Your brain updates its story only after proof. So when you say, I need confidence, what you are really saying is, I need evidence. And evidence only comes from action. This is why advice like, believe in yourself, rarely works. Belief without behavior does not change identity. It creates pressure. It tells you how you should feel without giving you a reason to feel it. You do not become confident by changing thoughts. You become confident by changing behavior. Small behavior, repeated behavior, uncomfortable behavior, until your brain rewrites the story. Right now, your brain says, this is risky. People will judge you. You might fail. It is not lying. It is protecting you. Fear is not weakness. It is a security system, but a security system becomes a prison when it never lets you leave the house. Modern life makes this easier. You can avoid everything. You can hide behind screens. You can watch other people take risks. You can prepare forever instead of act. You can want a better life without stepping into one. So if you do not need confidence, what do you need? You need identity, and identity is built through discipline. Discipline is not punishment. It is proof. Every time you do what you said you would do, you cast a vote for a new version of yourself. Not confident, reliable, not fearless, consistent, not perfect, present. You do not wake up one day as a confident person. You wake up one day as someone who keeps promises to themselves. That is the shift. Instead of saying, I need to feel confident before I act, you say, I act because this is who I am now. A person who sends the message, a person who applies for the job, a person who shows, a person who posts the work, a person who starts. Confidence does not create identity. Identity creates confidence. When your behavior and your self-image match, your mind stops arguing. Your mind says, I cannot, but your body says, watch me. That is when something changes. Not in how you feel, but in who you believe you are. Now take the smallest real step. Pick one thing you have been avoiding because you do not feel ready. Not the biggest thing, the smallest version of it. Not change my life, but send one message. Not start the business, but open the document. Not become disciplined, but move for 5 minutes. Maybe it is applying for that job, starting that channel, walking into that gym, calling someone you avoid, posting something you keep hidden. Do it without waiting to feel brave. No music, no motivation, no emotional preparation, just movement. Then stop and notice something. You did not become confident, but you became someone who acts, and that matters more. Do it again tomorrow. Not to feel better, but to become different. Not to be fearless, but to be honest. Not to impress anyone, but to respect yourself. You do not need confidence to begin. You need a pattern of action, a pattern of small promises kept, a pattern of becoming someone you trust. Confidence will follow like a shadow, quietly, naturally, after the work is already done. So do not ask, how do I feel? Ask, what would the person I want to be do right now? Then do only that. Not loudly, not perfectly, not forever, just once, and then again. Action does not require courage, it requires direction. When you choose a direction, your mind finally has a target. A target turns fear into a task. A task can be measured. Measured tasks shrink. Shrinking tasks feel possible. Possible tasks get done. This is the chain that builds momentum. Momentum is not excitement. It is the quiet result of repetition. Repetition teaches your body a new normal. A new normal rewrites what you expect from yourself. Expectation guides attention. Attention guides behavior. Behavior shapes identity. Identity then makes the next step easier than the last. This is why tiny actions matter. They create proof in small doses. Proof does not argue with doubt. It replaces it. Each small win becomes a reference point. Each reference point lowers the threat level again. Over time, the nervous system relaxes. Relaxation is not laziness. It is safety. Safety allows curiosity. Curiosity invites experiments. Experiments reveal options. Options restore choice. Choice restores agency. Agency restores dignity. Dignity restores energy. Energy feeds the next action. The loop closes and begins again. If you miss a day, the loop does not break. It waits. Return with the smallest step you can accept. Drink water. Open the file. Stand up. Send the first sentence. 5 minutes is enough to restart the cycle. You are not building confidence. You are building continuity. Continuity outlives motivation. Motivation rises and falls. Continuity moves forward. Let the work be quiet. Let the progress be boring. Let the change be visible only to you. When others notice, it is already late. The pattern is established. The identity is in motion. Stay consistent, and the future follows, always together.